Hi everyone, we are going to just start doing the colour wheel. We went through this in class today, so I'm just going to show you so you can get started at home. So I've got the three colours that I'm starting with. Is a cool yellow, cool red and cool blue, which is aqua, brilliant magenta and just a yellow. It's a cool yellow in these are Joe Sonia paints. I'm also using a black and a white. So I've just placed a small amount of this in one of those photo containers that I use all the time. And I've got a piece of paper towel and a water pot. And the brush I've got is a square one, flat at the top. It's only a small one because that will do really well getting into these areas here. So we're going to start with the red. So again, that's the plain colour, that's the hue, full colour, and this one here is the tint, adding white. This is the tone, adding grey, and this is the shade, adding black to the red. So I'm just going to do one of these quadrants and then you can keep doing the other ones. So I'm going to put in the full red here in the primary area. Now one coat, of course, with any, acrylic paint, it just doesn't cover completely. This is a good paint, but it just doesn't, you usually need 2 coats of acrylic paint for it to cover really well. So there's that one. Now I'm going to add, I've already got pink on my brush, or red on my brush, cool red, and I'm just going to add some white to it. Now, see, I'm not mixing up a whole big thing. You only need little spots. And that's a tint. If I added more white, it would be a lighter pink. If it was, if I didn't add as much, it would be a lot redder, like a darker pink. So just depending on how much you add. Now, the next one is a tone. So the tone is, I'll clean the brush for this one, sorry. So getting a bit of white and then add a weeny bit of black to it, not much at all. You can always add more black to it if you need to. Just go from the edge of it, getting a bit and making that into, so it looks like a grey, not a okay, I'm happy with that grey. Okay, so I'm going to add that to this now because that's, I could just add it straight to that, which I might do that for a moment. So I'm going to get some of the tone is this colour plus grey. So I'm getting the hue or the red there, and I'm adding some grey to it. And I'm going to put that on there. Now that's fairly dark one. If I added a darker grey, that would have been darker. If I added that a softer grey, that would have been lighter. So the next one is your cool red plus a weeny teeny bit of black. And now hardly any black. Otherwise, it goes dark really, really quickly. Okay, I'm going to put that in and let's see. You can see that there is, I might make that a bit darker. Best to go easy at it first and then add more if you want to. Again, depending on the amount of black you added to it. would give you different types of shades. Okay, so there's the hue or the full colour, the tint adding white, the tone adding grey, and the shade adding black. So that's the way I would go around doing the primary colours first, the red, the yellow and the blue. Do those ones first. Then I would go for my secondary colours, which are the one in the middle. So I'm just going to, so you'll have, if you've got an orange there in your kit, which I think most of you do, you could just use an orange. If you don't have an orange, this is why you can use just these for everything. Yellow, add red to it, and that makes up a really great orange. That's why you don't really need to buy anything else. So I would put that orange colour in there. And then I'm going to go through the same process. I'm going to add some get a bit of that on the side, add a little bit of white to it. That's my tint. And my tone, because that's already got the colour in it and the white to make it a tint, I could just add a weeny bit of black. Because it's got the white in it, that would also make it into a shade. Looks too grey. Might add a bit more. Okay, so that's the colour, the hue, the tint, the tone, and the shade. That's my orange, and I'm just going to add some black, straight black to it. I want them to look a little bit different, so okay, so there's my shade. Remember, if I added more black to that, that would be darker. So now for the ones that are, so primary, secondary and tertiary is your red orange there. So the way I would make up a red orange by getting my red, adding my yellow to it, now red orange is going to be in between those two colours. There we go. Now for tint, just add a white to it. See all these beautiful colours you get. And make a teeny bit of black to that. And that will be our tone. Make a bit more. You just get stunning colours with your tint tones and shades. So I've got my red orange here. Remember, it's always caused by a primary colour first. Add just black to that. Let's see, we're going into like brown colours and that now. So this is how you're mixing them. Okay, so that there is primary, secondary, tertiary, mix the two together, and tint, tone and shade. So do that for every colour going around. And like I said, you don't need to make great big colour puddles, just little ones. And so you don't make a big mess. You might need to clean some off before you start again. And you don't need to use much paint. It goes a long, long way. So enjoy that one. And that is what you're looking at the end. Everyone's will look a little bit different. So enjoy that one and read all the information down the side to refresh your memory on what primary, secondary colours are, what tertiary colours are, how you mix it, tint, tone and shade, complementaries because they're opposite on the colour wheel, harmonious colours, the ones side by side, and monochromatic is just one colour that you might want to put into a painting. Okay, so you might want to also practice with that at home. Just say making a colour, just say a flower out of one colour and mixing the tint, tone and shades into it and see what you can get. So enjoy that one. Okay, see you.